Got time tak? Sekarang boleh. Everybody, Jiwa is there.
Can mute. Aku
David,
punya what?
David is there. Okay, are we all ready for rehearsal? David there? And this mic is whose one? Must be Pam's mic. Where's David? Paging for David. Is David around? Oh, Jay. Every year I see your stomach gets bigger. Is Jay around? Jay, blah. Is David around? Every year I see you, bro. Is David around? David around? Lights. Yes, no, no, no. Where's David? Where's David? Someone help me find out where's David. Okay, while waiting for him to come back, let's start from the top. We'll do without the lights for now. Let's do with the slides. Okay. Kelvin, that's where you pay attention. Jiwa, you ready? Randy, you ready? Okay. We'll wait for... Okay, we won't wait for him. You managed to contact him already, or GY? You're coming in already. 30 seconds. 20 seconds. Slide. Okay. Read definition slide. Okay. Oh, we got it out already. Okay, good. So this one is the definition slide. It goes there, and then he talk. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoy yourselves tonight. And Shobi will be coming up to do an opening address in a few short. Okay, it goes down. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome Ms. Cheng Shobi. Certainly a pleasure to be talking to everybody once again. Blah, 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 blah. So we're going to talk about sources of income, and it's got a slide. We're going to talk about also the CPF, Standard Life Plan. We're also going to talk about the desired lifestyle, and then we talk about tactical strategy framework. Okay. Then we're going to be talking about the identifying market opportunities. All right. And once we're done, all right. Thank you very much. She goes down. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, to share more about this and that, this and that, this and that, from BlackRock, please join me to welcome Mr. Michael Fredericks. No, sorry. Always forget. Jimmy Koh first. All right, Jimmy Koh from UOB. Jimmy comes up. All right, Jimmy talks, he clicks through his slides. Thank you very much. Jimmy goes down. Up next from BlackRock, please join me to welcome Mr. Michael Fredericks. Thank you very much once again, ladies and gentlemen. Certainly a pleasure to have everybody right here. Blah, blah, blah. He talks. We've got his slides. Thank you. Michael Fredericks goes down. Intermission A. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy your...
Coming up for our next segment from Fidelity, we have Mr. Matthew Sutherland, who will share on China's transition from a manufacturing powerhouse to a more service-led economy. What are the impacts on the Asian and emerging economies? How do we invest in the new normal and manage the inherent risks? Following that, hear from Dr. Jesslyn Yeoh of JP Morgan as she speaks about developed market policies. Are central bank running out of tools? And what can we expect? And how can we manage those risks? Coming up for our next segment from Fidelity, we have Mr. Matthew Sutherland, who will share on China's transition from a manufacturing powerhouse to a more service-led economy. What are the impacts on the Asian...
He welcomes everybody. He talks about volatility. All right, then he will blah, blah, blah. I will double confirm with him whether we click for him or he wants to click himself. Okay? All right? This slide's confirmed already, right? All slides are confirmed except for Shobby's desired lifestyle slide. Am I correct? Okay, there's the second one that goes out. There's the third one that comes out. There's the fourth one. There's the fifth. All right, and he finishes. All right, thank you very much. He goes down. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome Mr. Matthew Sutherland from Fidelity. Matthew comes up. He talks. Thank you very much. We'll talk more at the panel discussion. And thank you very much, Mr. Matthew Sutherland. Next, ladies and gentlemen, from JP Morgan, Dr. Jesslyn Yeoh. All right, she talks. Bum, bum, bum. That's where we've got to stand by right now, the top 5 questions. We also got to stand by the crew to be moving all the stuffs on stage. Okay, she finishes her stuffs. That's where we're going to be flashing. Stand by to flash the top 5 questions. She finishes. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Intermission B. We go flash top 5 questions. We will flash the top 5 questions down here. Ladies and gentlemen,
following up next is the highlight segment where we bring you our panel of speakers as they take your questions and discuss the answers. Moderated by Mr. Abel Lim from UOB, alongside with Ms. Chloe Cho from Channel News Asia. Stay tuned to our exciting panel discussions. In the meantime, we welcome you to submit your questions to our panels. Stay tuned with us for all these and more. Following up next is...
He will introduce Chloe. Chloe Cho will come up, and then he'll introduce the rest of the panel speakers, and they'll all take their position over here. Kelvin, it's Abel, followed by Jimmy, followed by Michael, third, followed by Matthew, followed by Jesslyn, and followed by Chloe. All right, it's quite straightforward from here. All right, once you're doing this, we will do live feed. At the same time, we'll be removing this also. All right, so all the guys, please take note. We'll be removing this while putting on the furniture. Okay? And then once we finish, what goes on onto the screen after we finish? You can comms me. What happens after you finish? This survey, right? Feedback form. Okay, after the feedback form will be the holding scene. Okay? Everybody is clear, right? Now, what is outstanding is we need to run through the slides with each of the individual speakers. The first one that's coming in will be who? Abel. Abel is supposed to come in about 5 minutes' time. So, guys, I just need you to be on standby. All right? And we're expecting him to reach anytime soon. Yes, what is it? You want me to click on Jesslyn Yeo's slides, but you got to pump it up for me to click. Okay. All right. Have we got the black drips for CNA side? Or the...
It has been an insightful night, and we certainly hope that we have taken back valuable perspectives on the financial horizon and benefited from the topics discussed. Do join us for the next UOB Privileged Conversations live webcast in 2017. Thank you once again for joining us, and have a great evening.
GY, can I check? Show me a screen. Show me a slide that I can click on. It's not moving. Any slide that I can click on. Okay. This blackout thing, this blackout button needs to be removed in case somebody clicks on it. The last time, Xiang. around here, lights will shine on you. Okay, all these tables won't be here, lah. Okay, so once we are down here, you can start straight away. We will play Risk already. Let's go.
Good evening. We're glad that you can join. Coming up for our next segment from Fidelity, we have Mr. Matthew Sutherland who will share on.
For the past few years, monetary policy.
Okay. Blah, blah, blah. And then after that, he will welcome Ms. Shobi. After you welcome Ms. Shobi, he will go down. Shobi will come out to his slides. Can we go into the volatility one, please? Volatility. Yes. Let me know when you're ready for volatility. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, volatility. So Abel will come up on stage. It will be showing this slide. He will click into the start of volatility. Okay? Ready when you are. Can we get Abel mic'd up just to test a bit? And then we're gonna do a rehearsal for the opening scene. All right, that means when dinner, I make announcement. Abel walks up on stage and he will do his risk. Once he stands in position, we play the slide for him. Once his slide finishes, we will. Definition and side screens will have his title. All these auto cue. He will not click the clicker. The only time he clicks the clicker will be for the volatility portion. Okay, guys, are we ready for opening scene for Abel? GY ready? Guys, ready? Randy ready? Give me music, everything. All simulate live dinner scene. Okay, music. All right, crowds come in, everyone has seated. Webcast video has played. We stand by Shobi, we stand by Abel. All right, Abel, you'll probably be seated down at this point of time. Okay, all right. Guys, we are all ready. Okay, all the auto cues, everything all on standby. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2016 UOB Privilege Conversations. Music, fanfare.
Risk is the probability of something bad or negative that might happen. Or risk could simply mean missing out on an opportunity. Traditional investors have often focused purely on risks and returns in their portfolio. In UOB, we've actually observed investors who have either taken too much or too little risk in their portfolio. Unfortunately, the concept of risk today is outdated. Focusing on returns is not the answer. After all, you can't control returns. Instead, you should be asking, how do I manage and control the risk and volatility in my portfolio? Changing demographics like aging population, multiple market shocks, a low yield, low growth, and a low inflation environment has compounded this problem. The question you should be asking is, how does risk play a part in your investments? For a modern investor who's looking to preserve his capital, appreciate capital, and for income investing. So who are you? And how does risk play a part in your financial objectives?
Lights. Okay, so
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay, I think we need to be faster in that sequence change, yeah, guys. Okay, the minute he finishes, all right, we straight away throw out the risk definition, lights comes on, and then you can do that. Okay, Abel, you don't mind, we just do once more from the point that you stand here, and we'll do risk.
Stand here, okay.
Okay, so we assume that he walks on ready, lights, risk, let's go.
Risk is a probability of something bad or negative that might happen. Or risk could simply mean missing out on an opportunity. Traditional investors is always focused very much on their portfolio returns and risks. Unfortunately, we have observed in UOB that many investors either take on too much risk or too little risk. The concept of risk and return, unfortunately, is outdated. Focusing on return is not the answer. You can't control return. You should be asking questions on how you can control risk and volatility in your portfolio. Demographic changes, like the aging population, multiple market shocks, leading to low growth, a low yielding and low inflation environment has compounded this problem. So how does risk play a part in your investment decisions? No, not yet. There's more. Okay.
Can we rewind a bit?
No, inflation, some more. Low yield, some more. Okay, fine, I can take that. So how does risk play a part when you make an investment decision? Especially for a modern investor who invests for preservation, for appreciation, and also for income. So who are you? And how does risk play a part in your financial objectives? Good evening, everyone. My name is Abel, Head of Wealth Advisory and Strategy. A warm welcome, and we have an exciting lineup of speakers for you today. Most investors today has a financial objective. Unfortunately, for most of us, there's also a gap between the risk we are willing to take and the risk we need to take. A good understanding of this risk is going to bring this bridge a lot closer to you. Yeah. Yes.
Can we have Abel's lighting down here again? Is David there?
Oh, it's here, is it?
Yeah, it's actually down here. This would be the sweet spot. I know because now it's
Sweet spot, huh? So this line,
so yes. Just
or in this screen.
in between.
No, just screen. Focus on this screen, that'll be good.
Follow the screen.
Okay.
Okay.
How do I sound? Okay, everyone back there can hear? Carol, can you hear me? Good? Excellent. Yeah, we're good.
Ken, we're good for this. Yeah. Can we give the wrist lighting? The opening wrist lighting? Yeah. Okay, so this okay, David? This position? I'll get him to. Where's the sweet spot you want him to stand? Here? Huh? Where's Herch? Herch, I need to clear the stage. Get some guys to come and help. Ask any of the banquet staffs around to help clear the stage. I'll ask him to stand around this position. Yeah.
Here? So near this angle here. Just don't fall off, is it? Do I move or can I move?
You can.
Or I should be pretty much centered here?
We will. The opening thing.
I think it's good that I don't move
Yeah, for
because the
opening, just for the
focus.
opening.
Yeah.
All right. We talk about risk and all.
Mm.
Here. But the minute we go onto this screen, say hi, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Abel.
Yes.
Then the lights all brighten up. Already.
Okay.
Then you can move around.
Noted. Ken?
Oh?
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go into Shawby's slides right now. Can we do that? So Abel finishes. He goes down. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome Ms. Cheng Shawby. Music comes on. She comes up down here. Shawby's standing down here. All right. And then Shawby will talk. Welcome, blah, 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 blah. And then she goes into her slides. Ready? Okay. Randy, can we unmic Abel? Ready for Shawby? Okay. Can we start Shawby's slides all over again? Okay, Shawby slides. Carol, you want to just run through the thing? Just this is not the updated one. We're going to update the one with the banner down there. Okay. Once Shawby is done, she will go down, and then we will welcome up. Make sure you upload Shawby's latest slides also where the desired lifestyle has been updated. Okay, guys, load up the Abel's ones as well as Shawby's ones. All right, and then when the speakers come, we're going to run through the slides already. I simulate Abel. Make sure we're standing in the right position.
here, right? Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome Dr. Jesslyn. Huh?
So your slides will be here.
Okay,
The minute
great.
you're on stage, right? You try and stand. You can move around and walk around.
Okay.
Alright, so just there'll be two monitors that will show what's going on down here.
Okay. Yeah.
This is for able lah.
Oh, the X.
No, the X is actually for the able, but
Okay.
for your lighting, right, will be this one.
David, you don't mind just give me stage lighting for speakers?
Huh? Well, I need to see my slides, so I can't like really go really
It'd be
far.
good if you are comfortable and you can walk
Oh,
around because
okay.
it's a panel screen. So feel free when you want, just click through and talk.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's fine.
There's a mic, you know. I'm going to push the lapel higher. Yeah. Just gonna
Okay, testing. So wait, can you hear me from the back? Okay. Huh? Is this good? Yep. Okay. And then I'll just check the slides. Yep, that should be fine. Okay.
Yeah. There'll be some slides where we'll be showing different scenes on the panorama.
I'll just ignore it, right? Yeah.
You just,
Okay, and then for the timer, you're gonna.
we will set it for you.
Okay, 10 minutes. All right, no problem.
How much time is the speakers given?
10 minutes. Huh? Sorry? No, I'm not. I'll just leave it there because it's a bit. I mean, yeah, I think it speaks for itself. But I can't quite see anyway. When I stand here, all I see is my slides. I can't see like your pencils or what have you. So yeah, that's fine. I mean, you can just keep clicking. But I think I'll just stand here. I mean, I can walk here and there, but I don't think it's necessary.
Because the voice is very soft. All their voices are even louder.
But do you think it's clear? Like, I don't know, because for me, I can hear echo.
Let me try and see if. Randy, I'm gonna put her lapel higher.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, then we just leave it like that. It sounds soft, right?
Here you sound soft because
Oh.
the speakers are there. You hear in front there is louder.
Okay. Okay, then no problem. I'm fine with the slides and everything.
Can we see if we can push her mic louder?
Hello? Sorry? I'm not as loud as him.
Yeah, mine is different because the mic I'm using is it's.
Okay, now? Still a bit louder. Okay, but how do we turn the volume up? Oh, okay. What does that mean?
That means if you can, you try and talk as though you're talking to an audience as opposed to talking on the phone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a bit weird now
So
because
you-
there's no
yeah,
audience.
You try throw the voice a bit.
Okay,
That
okay.
will help to bring the volume out.
All right, all right.
As
Yeah,
opposed to me like talking normally versus I'm going to be talking to a lot of people.
yeah. You went for voice training classes.
Yeah, I mean, I tried. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Good. I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna do the next speaker. I think Mr. Matthew Sutherland is here, so we're gonna do his slides as well. Can we stand by to unmic Dr. Jesslyn, and then we mic up Mr. Matthew Sutherland. Can we show Jesslyn's slides again? Daniel to Pamela. Daniel to Pamela, where are you?
I'm controlling it. Okay. So after this one, we have.
Okay, we mic'd up Mr. Matthew Sutherland. Can we get ready his slides? Hi, Mr. Matthew. Nice to see you again. Yes, how are you? All right, doing good. All right, so the stage, street zone is on this panel down here, and this whole stretch down here.
Okay.
So you're nice and you've got the height, so you can feel free to walk around and dominate the stage. The whole
So
stage
sort of
is
up to here, but not further.
You can
You
walk
go the whole way. Okay.
this whole area. If you can see, that's where the light has casted.
Yeah.
That's where you're going to be optimal in terms of all the cameras
Right,
and getting you
right.
all right. Okay.
Okay.
So
Cool.
I will be before you.
Yeah.
There's actually there are a few speakers before
Sure.
you. All right. There is Abel, there's Shobi, and then there's Jimmy from
Yeah.
UOB, followed by Michael Frederick from
Yep.
BlackRock.
BlackRock. Yeah.
And then Abel will come up and talk a bit about volatility. He's got some slides and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then he will do a bit of introduction, and I will do a voiceover to welcome you.
Right.
All right. And then I will say I will be prepping you first, so you will know that you're going to be coming
Sure.
up. All right. And then when you come up, there will be a clicker. Right. So this is your
Yep.
clicker. Next, back. I don't think you'll be using the laser. or anything
No,
like
I
that.
don't think so.
So ready when you
Yeah.
are, you can just click through your
Right.
slides.
Okay.
Right. And try and talk as though you're presenting, so we can test the mic just
Sure.
to be sure that it's going to be
Yeah.
nice and loud and clear.
Okay. No problem.
Can we EQ his mic?
So good evening, everybody. Today I'm tasked with talking to you about the opportunities within Asian emerging markets and managing the risk associated with that. Now, as my colleagues from BlackRock have spent a lot of time talking about managing risk, I'm going to concentrate primarily on the opportunities part of this presentation. So, the main reason I think to own Asia is this chart here, and it's really all about growth. So it's about the fact that growth rates are much higher in Asia than you can get anywhere else in the world at the moment. So in the EU, in the UK post-Brexit, we're really struggling to generate any growth. But as you can see from the bar chart here, Asian economies are generating significantly more growth. India, the highest at the moment, but China, the Philippines, Indonesia, four of the biggest countries in the region by population, are growing very strongly indeed. And the second bullet point on this slide is really important because the key thing about this Asian growth is that it's domestically driven. It's not export oriented. And this makes defensive place to hide in the current world are the fact that after the 97-98 which is very resilient, very domestically focused, and not too exposed to external shocks. A couple of other benefits of Asia. It's a commodity consuming part of the world rather than a commodity producing part of the world, which makes them more defensive, I think, than non-Asian emerging markets. And reform-oriented governments and valuations are low relative to history. Sorry. Yeah.
Just click through all your slides and see if they're all in okay.
Yeah. Well, I was going to. I mean, there's nothing else going on, is there? Do you need the stage for somebody else?
No, I think unless there's another speaker, but I think currently there's no one.
Yeah. So I'm just going to keep going, yeah, until you throw me off, right? So I'll just quickly click through and make sure they're in the right order, but I'm sure they are. Yeah, I'm going to. Okay, I'll just chuck me off when you need the stage for somebody else. And of course, at the moment, valuations for Asian markets look good relative to their own history, and particularly good relative to developed markets. So emerging markets, really cool, smart. Whether it's China's high-speed rail industry, which has 18,000 kilometers of high-speed rail track, which is more than the rest of the world combined, and is about to double over the next 5 years. So China is now making stuff that's much more sophisticated than it used to. And the chart on the right, I think, is really powerful as well, because what that shows is that the services part of the economy, the tertiary part of GDP, is now larger than the secondary or manufacturing part of GDP in China. And this is something which I think people who don't look too closely at China are genuinely surprised by. So tertiary is things like healthcare, insurance, financial services, education. And these are the areas where our portfolio managers are finding a lot of their best ideas at this point. So it's about new China versus old China. And I also want to touch on India, because as you saw on that first chart, India is now growing faster than China. This growth rate, 7.9% in the last quarter, is resulting in this very rapid growth in GDP per capita, which you can see in the top left-hand chart. But India has some other advantages too. It has a demographic tailwind, as shown by the chart top right. And urbanization is still at a very low level compared to other countries in the world, and particularly compared to China. And obviously, in terms of financial services, credit penetration in India is also very low, and there's a lot of really easy growth that India can obtain just by building some infrastructure, urbanizing, getting this financial inclusion going. So we're very excited by the opportunity in India as well. And I have a limited amount of time and slides, so I won't touch on Indonesia and the Philippines, but those countries which are also growing very fast are also countries we like and where we're finding lots of investment ideas. So now I just want to touch very briefly on managing risk, but the topic's being covered by a number of other speakers here, so I will treat this quite lightly. Now, my view is that you only need to worry about volatility if you have a limited time horizon and you may need to sell, because what volatility is telling you is what is the possible range of outcomes at a given point in time. If you don't need to sell, you can take advantage of Mr. Market panicking, and you can buy when he's panicking out, and you can sell when he's offering you a crazy price. And I put two of my favorite quotes up here. It's impossible to produce a superior performance unless you do something different from the majority. And you need to profit from other people's folly rather than participate in it. So if you don't need to sell, you don't need to worry about volatility. You can take advantage of Mr. Market's periods of euphoria and panic. Now, if you do have a limited time horizon, then obviously volatility is something which you need to take into account and think about. And there are several ways of mitigating volatility, a number of which have already been discussed tonight. But I just want to say that from our perspective, a couple of things are really important. Not panicking, staying invested, regularly putting money into the market is an excellent strategy. It's much better than panicking in and panicking out. Time in the market beats timing the market. Now, hedging is another possible way of trying to mitigate volatility, but I would just stick with my Fidelity colleague Peter Lynch's view that more money has been lost trying to anticipate and protect from corrections than actually in them. So the cost of hedging against a possible crash or a possible bear market costs you a lot of money, and they don't happen very often. So actually the cost of protection costs you more than actually just living with volatility. And then, of course, diversification in terms of asset classes, in terms of sectors, in terms of stocks, is an excellent way as well of mitigating volatility. So with that, I will conclude and hand over to the next speaker. Okay.
Good evening. We're glad that you can join us, and welcome to the 2016 UOB Privileged Conversations live webcast. Tonight. Coming up for our next segment from Fidelity, we have Mr. Matthew Sutherland, who will share on China's transition from a manufacturing powerhouse to a more service-led economy. What are the impacts on the Asian and emerging economies? How do we invest in the new normal and manage the inherent risks? Following that, hear from Dr. Jocelyn Yeo of JP Morgan as she speaks about developed market policies. Are central banks running out of tools? And what can we expect? And how can we manage those risks? Coming up for our next section.
For the past few years, monetary policy has been a major driver of global markets. But increasingly, its effectiveness is being called into question. Given a slowing global economy, and expectations of a continued low interest rate environment. Some central banks, in a bid to stimulate economic growth, have adopted negative interest rates. What this
Following
means
up next is the highlight segment where we bring you our panel of speakers as they take your questions and discuss the answers. Moderated by Mr. Abel Lim from UOB, alongside with Ms. Chloe Cho from Channel News Asia. Stay tuned to our exciting panel discussions. In the meantime, we welcome you to submit your questions to our panels. Stay tuned with us for all these and more. Following up next is the highlight segment where we bring you our panel of speakers as they take your questions and discuss the answers. Moderated by Mr. Abel Lim from UOB, alongside with Ms. Chloe Cho from Channel News Asia. Stay tuned to our exciting panel discussions. It has been an insightful night, and we certainly hope that you have taken back valuable perspectives on the financial horizon and benefited from the topics discussed. Do join us for the next UOB Privilege Conversations live webcast in 2017. Thank you once again for joining us, and have a great evening.
Just add on a voiceover. Just pick the whole thing, sound more Emmy Awards kind of style. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Shaw B. Right then, stage. We have it in clicker that you can control it yourself. Right, so here's the clicker. Can we stand by Shaw B's slides? Okay. Are we slides ready? Okay. Shaw B slides. Okay. Okay, back. Back. Okay. So the first slide are you comfortable using the rostrum mic?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine.
Then we test the rostrum mic and everything.
Testing. Is it okay?
Okay. They will do the EQ from there.
So this one.
Yes. This is Nick. And then
Okay, I
that's
cannot remember my slide sequence. So you want me to go through the script?
up to you, whichever you're more comfortable.
Okay.